You know, there aren't too many things that I hate in life. Small portions of dessert, Jell-O. That stuff is freaky. My mom's cooking, and people who cut me off on the highway. Those things, I don't dig. Another something that I really don't dig, glue bottles. I mentioned this in the last post when I was talking about my supply order. Talked about how when I place my supply order, I never order, first of all, the washable stuff, but I do always order Elmer's glue. And I usually try to get 2 of those big honkin' jugs because we seem to drink the glue in here. We go through it that quickly. One thing I don't buy are glue bottles because they are my personal nemesis. I'm gonna take them down. We've stopped using glue bottles in my room a long time ago. One of the main reasons, this. It's open. I promise it's open, but nothing is happening. I can't even hear it breathing. That's the key. You have to hear it breathing. Oh, yes, we're working just fine. But most of the time, they've got a stuffed up nose. And then what do the kids do when you're not looking? They take the end of their scissors and they jab them in there and crank them around until the end of this thing, as sad as it may be, looks like they've chewed on it. So a long time ago, I kicked the glue bottles to the curb and I switched them out for this. So these little trays were donated to me. You don't even have to have a tray with 2 compartments though. Just a little tray on your table, styrofoam, something you've recycled, shoot, even a piece of like cardboard would be perfect. And I put this on a table of 4 children. What they then do is they separate these 2 containers, and between every 2 children, they put one of these little containers of glue and 2 brushes, so they don't have to share brushes. So this little container of glue, well, is barely filled with any glue. I mean, maybe 1/4 of an inch. And when we use it, we paint the glue on our projects. My rule is that when you dip for glue, because you know it likes to drip, so when you dip, wipe it on the lip, but not these lips. The goofier you make it, the more it sticks. So dip, wipe it on the lip, not these lips, and glue only goes around the edges of whatever you're gluing. Glue never ever needs to be a big blob in the middle of your project because what happens is it will dry all lumpy and bumpy and look horrid, and then the ends won't be stuck and they'll be trying to fly away from your project. So, at the end of art class, these guys usually just stay in the tray. The lid goes back on the glue. Now, around noon, these guys have been sitting out all morning, so they start to get a little bit hard. So I have my last class at noon, put these in a bucket of warm water. And then when the new kids walk in for my afternoon classes, there is a little basket full of what we call glue brushes, and they just grab the glue brushes they need from what I like to call the store. And then at the end of the day, same routine, we take the glue brushes and we put them in a bucket and I let them soak overnight. Again, these are those really inexpensive, not good quality brushes. You would never use these for painting, but they are perfect for spreading glue on art projects. So that's how I have conquered the glue bottle conundrum. Love to hear how you use glue in your room. So it was fun chatting with you guys. See ya.